Evening, folks. How is everybody today? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a nice Sunday and you got to do all the appropriate Sunday stuff like visit with the family and relax. And there's no sports on, so a lot of the men folk are not going to know what to do with themselves, which makes the women folk quite happy. Come on, let's go make Tiki. Oh, fuck. Is what it is, right? Welcome to the new normal. I thought we'd run through some headlines for shits and giggles. I'm kind of bored. It's been a slow day. I'm not cursing it because slow days are a welcome change. We don't get enough of them anymore. But you know what? I'm not in any rush to get to tomorrow because today is the present. And presents are a gift. There you go. There is my groovy guru blah 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 bullshit for the day. No matter what I do, you can't see it. Today's bottle opener is the Punisher keychain tool bottle opener. I just have it tied to the table so I can't lose it and I don't have to go looking around for a freaking bottle opener. So much bullshit going on in the world, my friends. I'm hoping that most of it has been able to miss you. Protester shoots up BLM protest in Louisville. 1 killed, 1 wounded. Remember yesterday when he was white? Well, turns out he's white Hispanic. They make this shit up. White Hispanic. Thanks, George Zimmerman. Nobody ever learned the friggin' concept of shoot and shovel. Stephen Lopez is charged with murder in the fatal Sunday night shooting at Louisville's Jefferson Square Park. He was a homeless BLM protester or something. Protesters in Wisconsin set up a guillotine and threatened Jeff Bezos with it. Obviously not realizing that Bezos is another progressive globalist neo-Marxist piece of shit. We should all be with him. One big happy crappy family. Oh well, they eat their own. There's no loyalty among these friggin' parasites. Not a joke. Dems are considering Tammy Duckworth as Biden's best VP pick. While Tammy is technically a woman of color because she's half white and half Thai, I don't know if that really counts, Joe. I haven't seen a Thai Lives Matter protest yet, but apparently she's ex-military, helicopter pilot. She got shot down, lost her legs, lost use in her right arm. So basically she's fucking John McCain with a vagina. That's exactly what we need. And she's a Democrat, unlike John McCain, who is an undercover Democrat. These people hate this country, folks. Trump executive order strips federal funding from cities who fail to protect federal monuments. I'm okay with that. I said it before and I'll say it again. These governors and these big giant shitholes let these people burn everything down because they know at the end of the day they can go like this. The federal government's going to bail them out and rebuild everything. Of course, the correct answer to that is, I'm sorry, but we're in a huge debt hole and I just don't have the money to give you to rebuild your shithole that you let burn because you're a shithead. Comparing white liberal leftists versus black people in Harlem on defunding the police. Now, I put this up on my Minds page, HUHWHTFK. The white liberals in Manhattan are all like, yes, defund the police, they're horrible, they're anti-black, we hate them, police are evil, they target the black communities. Well, those are all the Karens and fucking Ivans running around. And the black people are like, fuck you, I want the cops in my neighborhood. Can't trust these niggas no how. It's actually pretty funny. And it's the truth, because the people who suffer the most when you take away the police are the people in the high crime areas. New York Times finds themselves in a blunder. A blunder. This is what they call it now when you put fake news propaganda up. Ooh, oops, it's a blunder, we got caught. As opposed to, you're literally lying to people for profit and endangering them. We can get into that, but they're all terrorist organizations, in my opinion, and guilty of sedition and treason because you're putting people at risk. Is what it is. Finds themselves in a blunder over their botched Russia-Taliban story. So they were busy pushing the narrative that Russia is paying bounties on American soldier heads to the Taliban. The Russians hate the fucking Taliban. They're no big fans of the Afghanis. They don't like anybody in the Middle East who left a really bad taste in their mouth. Oops. Nancy Pelosi. Nationwide mask requirement is long overdue. Well, Skeletor, it's also unconstitutional, so fuck you. I was going to go off on the adrenochrome rant, but if you don't know what adrenochrome is, don't worry about it, and I'm not going to do the rant, I'm sorry. Watch Antifa run when police rush them in Portland. Well, it's about time now, isn't it? Yep. Cops come after them with hippie sticks, and all these little pussies run away. The only problem is there's so much there's so much shit in the street in Portland, it looks like San Francisco now. You're not allowed to do that. How dare you? Whack. About fucking time. Up next, fire hoses and dogs. Film at 11. Not gonna happen, but should. Cruel to the dogs, though. You couldn't lick their asshole long enough to get that taste out of their mouth. Democrats passed resolution calling for John Wayne Airport because he was a slave owner, you know. And it's not like he divorced his first wife and married his second wife, who was a Mexican. Just saying. To be renamed. And they'll probably rename it, you know, George Floyd Airport, because everybody will remember him in 15 minutes. As a matter of fact, most of these idiots don't remember him now. BLM protesters barge into a Target, threaten to boycott if Target doesn't stop calling the police on shoplifters who are minorities. Don't call the cops. Just don't call the police. There are other ways to handle the problem. Make sure you turn the cameras off in the store first. All I'm saying. I'm not calling for violence. I'm just saying if they don't want the police to be there, okay. Go over to the sporting goods aisle. Watch. Cop tells how defund police protesters demanded police protection for their protest. Because irony is lost on the stupid, folks. Remember, the only people they don't want defended by the police are you, and you shouldn't be worried about having the police come to save your ass. Throwing it out there. I laugh when I see the numbers. And do you know who's buying the most guns these days? Women. I was talking with my brother earlier, and he raised a valid point. A lot of women will not have. A lot of women won't pull the trigger when it comes down to it. They just won't. There are a lot who will, but there are a lot of women who will not. And the problem is, I'll go off on a side here for a second. I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about guns. Not that I own any, but I've borrowed some from horrible white supremacist people in the past. And we were talking about handguns and accuracy, and I borrowed a SIG 229 and a beautiful pistol in .40, which is a really snappy round for anybody who doesn't shoot. It's got a lot of recoil. But I was telling him, consistently at 35 yards, I could hit the dinger in a silhouette. Silhouette's a silhouette, and a dinger is the little plate in the center. 35 yards, I'm just tapping it. I mean, a friend of mine was doing that, because I wouldn't. PTSD when you touch those things. But he goes, yeah, well, you're going to jail. And I'm like, what the fuck for? He goes, it's 35 yards. You're not allowed to shoot people at 35 yards. And I'm like, 25-foot rule, the 1.7 second rule. That's how long you have to defend yourself. Oh, dude. That's a really short time to pull, present, and fire. Scary. This is why if you're going to be one of these people who goes out and buys guns and you've never had a gun before and you don't know much about guns, you're not a hobbyist or an enthusiast, the second thing you do after you buy the gun is you sign up for a training package. Purchase firearm, purchase a training package. Make your life so much easier. Just saying. Watch, conservative radio host John Ziegler roasts Ventura County supervisor over lockdown rules. It's up on the Minds page, but he lights them up. He goes, so last week the rule was this, now this week the rule is this, and next week the rule is going to be something completely. You people need to make up your mind. Light them up. Don't blame them. 100% right, because let's face it, all these rules are bullshit. Literally bullshit. Mississippi begins process to change state flag because it's a blue, a white, and a long red stripe. It's a rebel flag up where the stars should be. I don't give a fuck, folks. You know, if you forget your history, you're bound to repeat it, right? Isn't that the old saw? These people don't give a shit either. 272 New York Police Department officers file for retirement since George Floyd protests. I don't blame you, because Dildo de Blasio will just throw you right under the bus. He doesn't care. Warren Wilhelm's been a communist since the fucking 70s. The European Union will ban travelers from Russia and America. Ooh, we're terrified. Good. But remember, ban us. Keep importing the fucking third world Muslims to your country, because white people are horrible and your culture is racist and it needs to be erased from the face of the earth. People are morons. You know who the first phone call is going to be, though, right? Shit goes sideways. Who's the first phone call? Canada. I'm waiting for fucking Canada to do it, too. Alrighty. Democrats indulge in a death wish. Isn't that every day of the week these days? Let's go over to Gateway, see what Gateway has. Must-read report. Tulsa Arena Management sabotage Trump rally attendance. It wouldn't surprise me. Leftist lunatics doxed and threatened armed St. Louis couple who protected their home from Black Lives Matter mob. Okay. Let's think about this. So, you're doxing a guy and his wife armed because people tried to storm their house and fuck with their shit. So you're telling more people to storm their house and fuck with their shit, threaten their lives. Does this make you an accomplice? But doesn't this tie you in somehow to the death of somebody who's going to do something really stupid? God forbid it's the homeowner and his wife, but if they have to pull the trigger, you're responsible. You doxed them. Horror. Far left mob beat Christian man with a stick at St. Louis statue after prayer service. 3 men beaten. And you know the man they're beating is in his 70s. And you know the people that are beating him? Oh, they would be 30 to 40, somewhere around there, men of color. And again, I'm just saying, 21 feet. Roger Stone, grateful for President Trump tweeting about a pardon. Not only should Roger Stone be pardoned, he should be allowed to sue the pants off of everyone involved in this. Federal government, all the way down to CNN, who just happened to be in the neighborhood when they were kicking his door in at 5 o'clock in the morning. Just happened to be there. Nobody told him it was going to happen. The truck was just driving by. Not a setup. Doesn't stink at all. Doesn't smell like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina candle or anything. No. Mayhem and riots last night in Harlem as Democrat state and local leaders tell NYPD to stand down. And 272 of them said, "See ya, I'm moving my ass to Florida or somewhere else." Senior intel official tells Catherine Herridge GRU Taliban bounty allegations were not in President Trump's daily brief because they didn't happen. Putin's not going to fuck with Trump. Putin's just waiting for Trump to get reelected so that, you know what, we can actually normalize relationship with the Russians, which we should, because nobody dislikes China more than Russia. See how that works? Enemy of my enemy, folks. Black Republican couple crack up laughing at Black Lives Matter protest with 0 black people. They could just call that stupid libtard fucking protest. Democrat news, horrible news for the Democrats. After a month of leftist rioting, looting, and arson, Trump approval with black voters remains at 28%. 20% was the number for him to crack. Cracked 20%. He completely fucked the Democrats. If he can get it to go up a little more, so good. Montana man arrested after ripping down a 10 Commandments monument with a chain on his pickup truck. This guy looks like not only were his parents first cousins, aside from being first cousins, they were also brother and sister. He's got Delbert Dinkley written all over him. Media says nothing as hundreds gather for Pride Fest in Chicago. Totally PC approved. Because it's not like that community has a long history of spreading virulent and deadly disease around it. So, just saying. Coincidence. Hispanic YouTuber posts disturbing video saying, "We need to kill white people." Bring it, essay. Now more than ever, protect yourself from what happens after a gun incident. And this is actually important because you will be run through the ringer. They will take you to court because the system is not going to recognize a clean shoot if there's a chance that their scumbag lawyer friends can make a pretty penny off of your ass. And if you live in one of these super lefty fucking retard states, they're going to want to hang you for defending yourself because your life doesn't matter as much as the oppressed does. Rolling Stones threatened to sue Trump to stop playing their songs at campaign rallies. Die already. You weren't that great a band. As a matter of fact, yeah, you're really not that great a band. And you're old. You should have retired a long time ago. Demon Pelosi tries to revive dead Russia hoax, says Russians must have something on Trump. 2.5 years, $45 million, never happened. Real men wear masks. Pelosi calls for nationwide mask mandate. Fuck you. Communists, Islamists, and radicals behind the BLM movement hijack America while others sheepishly comply. That's right. Do not fucking comply. Do not go softly into that good night. Pick a fucking hill, folks. I don't care which one it is. Pick one. Black Lives Matter is a mandate. Pay us what you owe us. Right after you pay back all those fucking welfare and freebie benefits you got. Pay all that back. We'll pay you what you're owed for being a slave. Oh. On Saturday, Christians, priests, and families met to pray at St. Louis statue in Forest Park, and this is how they were received. That's where that guy got his ass kicked. This is not Seattle. We're not putting up with lawless here. Oklahoma DA charges protesters with terrorism, rioting, and assault. Good for fucking them. Well, it's Oklahoma. They probably should have just shot him. Facebook institutes more stringent practices to prevent conservative media and President Trump from being shared. And they should be leaving in droves. You have Mind, you have Gabs, you have Parler. There's a ton of alternative services out there. I wish I could get my friends to friggin' leave these places. They won't. They won't. They're just idiots. Don't get me wrong, I love my friends, but, you know, it's been like a year and a half I've been trying to get these people to jump. They don't, no, I'm comfortable, and all my friends are here. Conservative reporter Savannah Hernandez attacked by Black Lives Matter activists for Police Lives Matter sign, because blue lives don't matter to these people, because their entire concept is destroy America and let's bring communism in. We're at 2030, so we're out of here. I was going to do real clear politics too, but maybe tomorrow morning. 4 men charged in federal court for attempting to tear down the Andrew Jackson statue in Lafayette Square. Shoot them. Men spray-painted swastikas on friars' gravestones at Providence College to allegedly protest slavery. This is what happens when you forget your history. Swastikas to protest slavery. That's it. All right, folks. This is why I try to decompress on the weekends and de-digitalize and unplug and stay away from all this shit. But I was bored, so what did I do? I opened up the stupid laptop. You know who's stupid? This guy. But, that's what it is. So, thanks for swinging by, folks. Anything I can do, you can always hit me up. I'm really good with replying to people. Hopefully you had a nice weekend, but remember, tomorrow's Murphy's Day, so make sure Mr. Murphy doesn't come and rain on your parade. Do whatever you gotta do. Cross the fingers, whatever makes you happy. I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sharing. New folks, thanks for signing up. I appreciate you coming here and listening to me just rant and rage about bullshit. But like I said in the last rant video about hills and having to pick one, folks, we're at that point where you need to pick a hill that you're willing to defend. Because look at this shit. Look at the stupidity running around. And it's because of acquiescence. They just, oh, well, you know, it's not that bad. Squizzy. It's that bad. I'm just saying. Mold. I don't care. I ain't got that much time left on the dust ball, but grandbabies running around, and I'd like to make sure they grow up in America without a K. Okay? You feel me, dog? Is what it is. Adios, folks. Till the next one, be happy, be safe, be warm, be fuzzy, be cuddly, but more than anything else,